I'm Dawn. I live south of Belfast. I've had type 1 diabetes now for 28 years. I work as a midwife, and my contact with Diabetes UK is I started volunteering because I felt very guilty after my 25th anniversary and thought I should really start doing something here. It'd be really good to get involved. I'm now working as a befriender. I get to contact 2 people a week and have been doing that over lockdown. And I also represent the people living with diabetes on the Diabetes Network here in Northern Ireland as well.
So what's been keeping you going over the last year?
Oh my goodness. I think bizarrely it has been Zoom calls with all of my many diabuddies, and obviously family. Keeping in contact with other people has really made such a massive difference. I also work as a midwife, so the midwifery shifts have been an escape route to go into a place where life still goes on as normal.
Did you have to shield early on in the pandemic?
I never received a letter for shielding, and I rang the GP and said, I have type 1 diabetes. I also have asthma. Should I not be shielding? And they said, no, you're fine, just as you were. So I thought, okay, that's great. You haven't seen me in over a year. So I just took it as okay, get out there, keep doing what you're meant to be doing, and don't let it hold you back.
What were the biggest adjustments that you had to make to your lifestyle last year?
I'm also studying for a PhD. The university closed down in the middle of March, so I shifted all of my stuff from my office back here to home. Trying to combine home and work life was very challenging. I also missed the company of the other PhD researchers.
In terms of your own diabetes, did you notice any changes?
For a significant period of time, I didn't go into the hospital, and I had a chance to play around with insulin sensitivity and see what impact different foods, different activities were having on glucose levels. So that was quite positive.
What was your volunteering like before last year? And then how did it all change?
So right up until last February, I had been speaking at different events. So it was events like, knowing your risk of diabetes or what it was like to live with diabetes, having the opportunity to talk face to face with people with type 1, people with type 2, parents of kids with type 1, all of that obviously went to the wall. I had then received a wee email asking if I would contact someone. So it was my first befriender. So I've been partnered initially with an older lady. She had very little way in the way of support or information, but it's been so lovely because she was isolated at home. Whenever I was contacting her, she was able to tell me about going out for walks, and she was able to tell me about different things that she was eating. But the folk back in the Lisburn office were able to send out further information, leaflets, advice and support for her as well.
Well, it sounds like as much as you give from volunteering, you seem to get quite a lot back from it as well.
Oh, it's just been amazing. It's so lovely having, say, the opportunity to chat with other folk.
You facilitated a Our Lives, Our Voices project
yes.
for young people about reproductive health.
Yes.
Tell me a bit about that.
Our Lives, Our Voices is a project that work with kids with type 1 who are aged between 15 and 28. So it's kids and adolescents, young adults. When I was diagnosed, it was a very real fear that getting pregnant wasn't ever going to happen. Having a healthy baby, if you did get pregnant, actually probably wasn't going to happen. I was able to bring a lot of my own personal experience of the fear and the worry and the concern. Blew that out of the water then when we had 4 kids ourselves.
What would you say to anyone who maybe is in a similar position to you, who's sort of thinking about maybe volunteering for Diabetes UK?
Go ahead, get the application form filled in, go ahead, do it. The support from the staff at Diabetes UK for volunteers has been phenomenal. It's been really, really good. Even the befriender calls that I do, we have regular meetings and we have regular email contact just to see if we're coping okay, how it's going, is there anything that can be done in addition to support us or to facilitate any additional needs that we might have. For anybody who's thinking about going into volunteering at all, go ahead, do it. The teamwork is really strong. The sense of community is incredibly strong. And as I said, there's there's no wrong answers. The only thing that we don't do is offer medical advice, but we can offer support, encouragement, and for an awful lot of people, that's really what they want.
And finally, what are you looking forward to in the next year?
I think the thing I am really pinning all my hopes on is getting a big day out in Belfast with all of my local dia buddies and getting a chance to meet some of them for real for the first time.
Thank you so much, Dawn. You've been amazing.
Thank you very much. Take care now.